Welcome to a comprehensive review. Make sure to leave a negative comment so I can ignore it and enjoy the video. This is the first time I've ever done this, but that being said, let's get started. This is a review of a Canon Powershot. Let me get the name right. GLPH360HSA. Rolls off the tongue. What comes in the box? This is a black one. There we go. This one's black. They come in silver and they come in some other colors, but this one is black one because I like the black color much better than the other one. I think it's like a silvery color. Getting started. And what is in the box? I'm gonna open this up sideways. What's in the box is this. The camera itself. Set that aside for now. There is pull tab, and then obviously all your instructions. This is just a US Canada only. Oh, US and Canada only. Okay. Not very informal to me. Let's just say, I'm assuming just a user's manual. There's also HDMI, which is probably not a full HDMI. There's cameras connects for Canon. This is the usual thing that you would get in a Canon product. And this is another thing that you would just usually get in a Canon product. If you'd like to scan that QR code, feel free. Okay. Then, what else is in this box is obviously your battery. It is a This battery is let me see it. It's made in China, we know that. Let's see. Do not eat this. Oh, it's a 800 milliamp hour battery, 3.6 volts. So it's not a very big battery in the least, but you know, it's a small battery, small camera. What else comes in the box is just a regular standard Canon battery charger. I'm really glad they did actually come with this charger. I personally really like these. I travel quite a bit, so these are always nice when they come in the package. So obviously this will go in there. It's like that, arrow to arrow. Probably can't see it very well either. I can see it in my glare, but this arrow here is what I'm talking about. Arrow to arrow. We have this charged. I'm assuming it comes to me about 3/4 of a charge, is what Canon usually will put in their charged products. There's the camera itself. My focal distance is not very great. It shoots in 1080p. Let me read some of these things off. If I can find it. It shoots in Digic 4+, which I don't know what that means. There's a 20.2 megapixel, which is pretty good megapixel. 20.2 megapixel CMOS sensor, also known as a crop sensor. It's 25 millimeter wide, and it's got a 12 times millimeter zoom. It's a Wi-Fi certified connect, and I forgot what that means. I'm pretty sure it just means that it connects to your phone. To the camera itself. Battery slot. It has just a micro USB. I do not have one of those. I use all of my camera equipment has a full-size SD card, but for now we're just going to slide the camera and power it on. So, obviously you get your Canon started up, and you're going to have all your date and time, and I'm not going to make you guys do this, but we are going to skip it for now. And then you just have your backdrop. There's obviously no memory card, but it's got your auto settings. You got all these, your creative shots, and then you have your auto. I'm assuming that's what these do. I haven't read any kind of instruction manual, but these are obviously, this is what your playback, like the movies that you've made. This is the button you would press. Set date and time to home. Okay, and then why does it want a nickname for a camera? I realized I wasn't in frame for pretty much most of that shot, and I apologize. We're just going to go with that. Transfer images between... Wow, that's cool that you can connect this to the cloud. I'm assuming that's what this symbol here means. That's what this symbol here was meaning by that, but I'm not sure what exactly that symbol means. I will do more research on that. It's also trademarked, it looks like. Yeah, it's got a TM on there, so it's probably a Canon thing in general, because I've noticed it's on multiple of my cameras. It's on pretty much every camera that I'm holding. For now, we're just going to connect transfer images between cameras. Actually, we're going to go smartphone. It's still no memory card, but I'm just going to agree to that. That's really cool that this literally connects to Wi-Fi. I'm going to connect to my Wi-Fi real fast, but it also is not a touch screen. Just keep that in mind. You're buying a $300 camera. Also, this camera is $375 if you buy it directly from Canon. If you buy it off of Amazon, I think you can get it for like anywhere from $349 to $370. And if you buy like off of the used market, you could probably get one about $300. Pretty all right for a point and shoot. Pretty good features for what a point and shoot is. Also, it's extremely compact. I like the size of this camera. It's a very... I do a lot of vlogging, as you know if you watch this channel. I don't usually do product reviews, but this time I'm doing so because I have the camera. Figured you might as well do a product review. That being said, I'm going to clear off this table. That is with it extended. This is all the way zoomed. Pretty large zoom on this camera. That is 12 times zoom, and that is all the way wide at 12 millimeter. 12 millimeter is your widest angle. I think I already said that actually. 4.5 to 55. Actually, no. This must be. Okay, this is kind of an odd lens to read, because this goes 12 to 15. Oh, image stabilization. Okay. Okay, so that means this here is your millimeter. So this goes down to 4.5. Actually, that's super duper wide. Super duper wide. For 4.5, that's like incredibly wide. What this says here is 4.5 to 54 millimeters, which is pretty like all right, middle of the road. I think that just means 12 times zoom. And then this is a 3.6 to 7.0 aperture. Not sure if I'm reading this right, because these are super odd numbers for what would usually be on a camera. But this is also a point and shoot, so it could be, you know, super odd. I don't often use point and shoots. I like a DSLR, preferably a full frame, but if I can get a crop sensor, I will use a crop sensor. For the ports this thing has, HDMI, a mini HDMI to digital out. That's our focus spot. I'll just put it right there for when I need to focus on things. And our microphone is here. So it's in the front this time, which is very nice. I like that it's in the front. That way you can hold the camera like this or like this, and you're not covering up the camera. You're not covering it up. You can also hold the camera like this. In the S100, and actually I think it's the S120, is another point and shoot camera that they put the microphone on top, along with a lot of Sony cameras put the microphone on top. It is nice that they do, and it picks up really good audio, but it also, you can't hold the camera like this. The speaker's here, and see, this is that symbol that I was talking about again. I'm genuinely curious what that means. I will have to get back to you on that. Obviously your function settings, I'm not sure if you can adjust ISO. We can figure that out now. Let's see, creative shots, auto. There's two auto. Hybrid auto. Okay, so this one probably, like make it to where you can actually see this. I apologize again. I don't know what that button does either. This usually, in my case, on my DSLR cameras, show you that it is like your type of movie setting, which apparently these are here. It's the movie setting on the top is. Let me read the instruction manual real fast and kind of get a gist on how this entire thing works, and I will get back to you real fast. Upon further inspection of this manual, most of it is in Mandarin, Chinese, Japanese, and in the middle, very middle, is Spanish, and there is English in here, but it is very few pages, and there's no illustrations like there's none of these illustrations. These are all in Mandarin. Fairly self-explanatory. These are all things that you could figure out on your own. None of this is software. I'm trying to figure out software. Looks like we're gonna just experiment. With no memory card, it's kind of hard. Auto zooming for people. That's pretty cool. Okay, there's your flash, obviously. Your flash if you take a photo. These are your effects. So these are your monochrome. So this is black and white. This is transferring all your images. That's what this button does. This is obviously your previews. Still no memory card. And to set it all again, to reset it all, you just press your shutter button. Half press for focus. Half press for focus. And it takes several images. And apparently it makes a collage. That's new to me as well. Point zooms, grid lines. I like the grid lines personally. Image stabilization, continuous, dynamic, so it's got more aggressive image stabilization. So if you're super shaky, that like having it on 2 will stabilize the image even more, but it will also crop the size of your video because it is trying to cut away all of that image, like that, because your image is moving like this. It has to make that image smaller so that what is moving in the center is less shaky. Going back, you just press this menu button again. That's this beam. That is this beam here. I personally dislike that quite a lot, so I always turn that off. That beam is essentially for finding your depth of field. You see how I'm now out of focus? My fingers are now into focus. What this beam does is essentially it's finding that focus for you. Depth of field is what I was looking for. There we go. This beam is essentially just blasting red light at your subject, and that is what is helping you find that focus. So I typically turn this off. Flash settings you can kind of, oh yeah, I would turn that off as well, but I usually don't typically use these because you would want a different kind of lamp. Go to mute. I usually like my cameras to make zero noise whatsoever, because often on shoots when you need a quiet situation, if you're at a wedding or you're trying to shoot something where you need to be quiet as a photographer, but you need photographer or videographer, you need to be quiet yourself because you are not the subject, the people you're shooting are. That's just kind of how it is. It sounds rough, but it's how it is. Display brightness, obviously brighter or lower, and I think that is it for all of our settings. Okay, well, that is it for my review. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. Those people who usually watch my daily vlogs who are curious about this video and how I filmed it. So I've got my whole setup. I've got the main camera, second camera, and then both of my lamps, and then just a white sheet over top of my desk that I was planning on getting rid of. But for whoever was curious on how I did that, also the next vlog should be coming out in the next couple days or so. I usually post on Sunday, but today I'm gonna be sifting through a lot of footage, so it'll probably be Monday night or Sunday. I'm gonna try my best to post Sunday. Thank you for watching.